who's done that.
Well, Jamie Reid obviously is very iconic from the Sex Pistols cover. All the way through, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So what's inspired this TP installation?
What's inspired? The 8 TPs are inspired by Jamie's idea of the 8-fold year, and that your life or any year is divided into 8. Therefore, these TPs represent the 8-fold year. So that could be either 8 aspects of yourself or 8 stages of your life.
Wow.
Or it could be times of the year. It could be all those things or anything that you want. But actually, each TP that Jamie's put together here does represent quite a specific stage and aspect in his life, and more importantly, his work. So the strong room, that in a way, it's quite later on in his life, the 1990s, whereas this, which represents the City Press, which he collaborated with Malcolm McLaren. They were both at the same college in Croydon, but not together.
Right,
They kind of knew each other, and they got together principally because people in South London wanted to have the chance to print their poems, their literature, their protest documents, and this guest and duplicator came into being. So what's interesting here is that the graphics that he famously used a bit later on, with the Sex Pistols the ideas for it were already here with that he did with Malcolm McLaren. So
very interesting.
That's in this room here, and you can help yourself to any leaflets that you want. It actually ties up something there's a current exhibition at the Whitechapel called This Is Whitechapel.
Yes, that's right.
Which references an exhibition that they did in 1972. And they're displaying there's a display case also of pamphlets, poems, documents that people in that area had put together as well, in a very, very similar fashion to this.
Fascinating.
So,
it's very topical then.
Yeah, it is topical, and the throwback now is that the sort of 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds, they're into this whole thing of zines.
Of course.
You see some people though, and in a way it's the same thing really, but that Jamie was doing, but through Twitter and Facebook and
exactly.
And actually their own printing as well.
20, 30 years ago now, probably.
Yeah, but it's interesting how all these things sort of correlate. And actually, I think the whole history of pamphleteering, all told, is so interesting, because when printing really got going and became cheap in the 18th century, suddenly there are all sorts of songs, poems, stories, including kind of serious literature that was truncated and written for the masses.
Yes.
It all became available then. So that was going right back to 17.
And this
is the cool out, chill out room.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there we go. The ashtray.
This references Jamie's fictitious cat.
Okay.
The name of which I've forgotten.
It's so fictitious,
Apologies,
doesn't it?
John. You did tell me. But here we have the cat. And the reason why I like this room is he's left a tray of cigarettes there.
Well, you can really, you can sort of chill out to his cat.
Yeah, it's how people chill out.
Very nice. Lovely drawings, aren't they?
They are, but these are all This celebrates the sleeve.
Celebrate the
Of sleeves.
sleeves, eh?
And not to be muddled with the festival of sleeves.
No, that's great. This is
and I didn't, because I didn't realise the Boy George reference here. I didn't realise how influenced Boy George was or is by what.
but the zines, they had an exhibition at Haunch actually of But this is really fascinating.
So, so what actual era of Jamie's life? It comes after the strong room. It comes after the chill out, and it's the penultimate tent before the. This is fine.
I'm sorry?
This is sort of well, for me, it represents death, doesn't it? It actually also represents sex as well.
Sure. Well, they kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Bonking. Let's put it, in it. So.
Step into the bonking tent. We don't care about.
Yeah.
Amazing. These little collage here.
Yeah, that collage represents these photos were taken. There was a concert that they were doing. I think it was in Brixton. Not too sure when. And behind where the band were playing, they'd assembled a collage of all the posters and graphics. Wow. And before they were packing up, luckily someone said, "Oh, we must take a photograph." So that a record was taken of that, and then it's been reassembled here. So
wonderful.
It's quite special.
Yeah, absolutely. Great.
And then we come to this beginning tent, or concluding tent anyway, which I think introduces the eightfold again. And there's a portfolio of his work here you're very happy to leaf through.
Lovely pieces.
And I think this is his message for the future here. Demand the impossible. I can't really speak for Jamie Reid. But he's written a really lovely message. And, my little nephews and niece, I think I'd like to write that, or give that to them and say, this is what I believe as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So he's saying it for us, Jamie, which is really good.
Brilliant.
And then out here, favourite things really. These banners. I'm really into banners. Have been apparently they've been used at any amount of bands gigging. They've had them as backdrops. They've been to festivals. They've been to raves. They've been everywhere. And I like the idea of these works being created and then rolled out any opportunity.
But obviously, you get the whole with the TV. You get the whole feel of a festival and something quite mystical going on as well.
You do. And like these,
community.
It's only what for 2,000 years, Buddhists have been unrolling banners, on auspicious days and everything. Only to be carefully rolled up and put away and brought out again. And I feel it connects in what people have been doing for over 1,000 years plus.
And the block, the granite block,
the block is not made by Jamie Reid.
Right.
But I'm wondering, John, if Jamie Reid actually did the blue wavy circle.
Right.
Representing those. This is made out of basalt, volcanic rock, and it has a sound to it. It was made by Brian Barrett, who sadly has passed away. He made it with something else. And it makes a sound.
And out here, there's some prints by Jamie of the the original, not
prints which is overprinted.
Yeah.
And they're in a series of
editions of 10.
Editions of 10. Each one is very different, and you can see they're overprinted with.
And how much are these going for?
These are going for £495.
Very reasonable.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
Wow, that's very good.
There's also two posters, a series of 50. And these are 50 pounds. It's that one there. And then there's this one here.
Oh, great.
So,
And he obviously installed the whole.
yeah. And this Red Indian came to the, he's older now, he came to bless the exhibition.
But this is really special.